On August 9, 2024, Brazil was shaken by an aviation tragedy that left a deep scar on the country's history. A Evo Pass airline plane, an ATR 72-500, crashed into a residential community in Vinhedo, Sao Paulo state, claiming the lives of all 62 people on board. The flight, which departed from Cascavel in Paraná state, was destined to reach Guarulhos Airport in Sao Paulo. The plane, an ATR 72-500, is a popular model used in regional flights for its efficiency and reliability. However, something went terribly wrong when the plane, in mid-flight, began to lose altitude alarmingly. The aircraft lost approximately 17,000 feet in just 1 minute, a descent so abrupt that the pilots had no time to attempt an emergency landing. At 1:22 p.m., the plane crashed into a residential neighborhood in Vinhedo, causing an explosion that left the scene engulfed in flames. On board the flight were 62 people, including 57 passengers and 4 crew members. Unfortunately, there were no survivors. Among the victims was a Portuguese citizen, while the rest of the passengers were of Brazilian nationality. The pain of this tragedy not only affected the families of the deceased, but also the local community that witnessed the devastating accident. Despite the devastating impact, miraculously, there were no casualties on the ground. Local authorities, including the mayor of Vinhedo, confirmed that no injuries were reported among the residents in the area, a fact that many consider a true miracle. Following the accident, Brazil's Aeronautical Accidents Investigation and Prevention Center, CINEPA, launched a thorough investigation to determine the causes of the disaster. The plane's 2 black boxes were recovered and sent to specialized laboratories in Brasilia for analysis. Although the plane descended rapidly, no clear cause has been established. It is expected that the cockpit recordings and flight data will provide vital clues about what occurred in the moments leading up to the impact. The hypothesis of adverse weather conditions has been considered, but possible mechanical failures or human errors will also be investigated. The news of the accident shocked the country. President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, in the middle of a naval event, called for a minute of silence in honor of the victims, emphasizing the pain this tragedy has caused nationwide. The families of the victims have been asked to provide medical documentation to help with the identification of the bodies, a process complicated by the state in which they were found. This accident has raised questions about the safety of regional flights in Brazil, especially in planes like the ATR 72-500. Although this model has a respectable safety record, previous incidents in other parts of the world have left a stain on its reputation. The ATR 72 is no stranger to accidents. In 2015, an ATR 72-600 of TransAsia Airways crashed in Taiwan, killing 43 people. In 2010, an ATR 72-212 of Aero Caribbean crashed in Cuba, leaving 68 dead. These incidents have raised concerns about how this type of aircraft handles extreme conditions and emergency situations. However, it is crucial to remember that each accident has its own circumstances and that investigations are essential to prevent future tragedies. The aviation industry is one of the safest in the world, but there is always room to improve and learn from past mistakes. The Evo Pass accident in Sao Paulo is a painful reminder that despite technological advances and strict safety protocols, flying remains an activity with inherent risks. The lives lost in this tragic event will never be forgotten, and it is our duty as a society to support the affected families and ensure that all necessary measures are taken to prevent something like this from happening again. As the investigation continues, we hope to obtain answers that can shed light on what happened and ultimately improve air safety for everyone. Our thoughts are with the victims and their loved ones during this difficult time. Thank you for joining us in this video. If you're interested in learning more about air safety and other aviation topics, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our next videos. See you next time.